Hello, everyone, and welcome to this. This is Combat Sports News, 26th of November 2018. I'm your host, LK, from KocoSports.net. That's KoCoSports.net. That's where the world goes to and above all, where it's okay to be a passionate fan. About 15 minutes until Raw goes live. I'm going to be watching Raw live for the first time in a long, long time. And then live after it airs, going to do a Sports News Extra. We're going to do a recap of the show, as well as touch on some other bits of news regarding WWE. And we're going to talk a little bit about WWE. We're going to talk about Mauro Ranallo looking to renegotiate with Bellator MMA. We're going to talk about a boxer retiring, and that's what we're going to start on. Actually, we'll get the boxing and MMA, and then we'll jump straight into the wrestling. But boxer Frank Buglioni has, I've absolutely butchered that, it's Buglioni, has announced his retirement from boxing at the age of 30. Absolutely criminally underage for a man to retire. He's 29 years old. He won the WBO European Super Middleweight title. He also won the WBA International Super Middleweight title, and then also challenged for the WBA World title in 2015. And that was his solo shot at the world title in boxing. It's tragic. With a record of 22-4-1 with 16 KO wins after debuting in only 2011, you got to respect that. But it's absolutely tragic. If you want to hear his thoughts, he published a tweet, like a thank you boxing, and I'll read what he put just in case those who don't have access to the Twitter machine. But he put, after thoughtful deliberation, I've decided to hang up the gloves. I'm proud of all my achievements in boxing, and I'll be forever grateful of the life lessons and positive effects it has given me. I've loved the journey, and it has certainly made me the man I am today. I will now focus on a different side of life. I'll put my health, my girlfriend, and my family first. Thank you to my dad, brother, who stood by me throughout, and to all the magnificent support who have taken this journey with me. Don Charles, you made me fall back in love with the sport. I enjoyed every training session with you. Eddie Hearn, yourself, and Matchroom have been a pleasure to work with. Steve Goodwin, thank you for your honesty and care throughout. My heart remains in the squared circle. Dash the wise guy. So really good touching there from Frank Buglioni, who hung up the gloves today. Sad. It's retirement yesterday. Lots of happenings. It's brutal with Tito Ortiz retiring yesterday from mixed martial arts. But speaking of mixed martial arts, Mauro Ranallo, he got a bit agitated, if you will, put up a tweet, and he apologized for the tweet as such. But he did state today that, and I quote, I'll say that I will continue to do MMA, and I hope it'll be with Bellator MMA, and that they're renegotiating the contract because it expires. He's going to be announcing the upcoming Bellator 213 show, but that will be it for Bellator MMA. So fingers crossed he can re-sign and stick with Bellator. Bellator's available to watch in the UK on 5, I believe, or Spike. It's really strange on it because basically 5 owns Spike. Sometimes it's on 5, sometimes it's on Spike. Easiest way for me, how I watch it, is on Bellator, is I watch it on the 5OD, which is 5 on demand if you live in the UK. If you live in America, it's available on Spike and sometimes pay-per-view. But yeah, so hopefully Ronaldo stays in MMA. Obviously he's with the NXT, which is going to be a talking point for today's show. Lots of signings and rumoured signings. Walter, as an official one, has signed with the WWE. Everywhere's reporting it. It's good for Walter. Now I remember back in the summer he announced that he didn't want to go, to Raw. He didn't want to go to SmackDown, but he liked NXT. I remember reading that interview specifically, and with NXT being as big as it is, with them putting so much time, effort in establishing the NXT UK brand, it'll be interesting to see where Walter goes. It really, really will. Whether he's made a home for himself in the UK with Progress OTT. He's a Defiant champion as well. And in Rev Pro, I remember watching a banger match with Ishii and Walter from Rev Pro in the summer at York Hall in London. That was an absolute barn. Go watch that if you haven't yet. It'll be available on NJPW World if you're a subscriber over there. But Walter has officially signed, which is a brilliant one for WWE. And it's strange because they just take everyone. It's like no one's off limits. You're like, okay, no, we're independent scene. We've got Walter. It's fine. We'll always have Walter. He won't go. He said he won't go. Voila, magnifique. Here he goes. Everyone can go, and it is how it is. I'm not envious at Walter. Fair play to him. He's doing what he's on. I won't be bashing him. I know lots of people on social media don't like it when people go to WWE. I remember I was reading the Twitter exchange with Will Ospreay and Ricochet. Those lead us to the next point, which we'll touch upon later on, about the NXT UK restrictions that the talent have. Well, Will Ospreay put in a tweet that's funny, he put up a tweet saying, "Who am I going to wrestle now?" He said he doesn't know who he can wrestle now. And believe it or not, Ricochet put, "Come join us now, bro." And all of a sudden, this fan puts, "Oh, don't sell out like Ricochet." And it's like, dude, it's not selling out. It's not selling out. I don't like, Walter's done everything in the Indies. It's, I wish he could have gone to New Japan. Personally, I think watching Walter in a G1 would have been absolutely phenomenal. But he's done great stuff, WXW in Germany in his home, and why not? Go to NXT, whether it be on NXT America, whether it be NXT UK, both, who knows? But we're very interested to see what they do with Walter. But the guy's great talent. If you've never seen a Walter match before and you're listening to this, you're doing yourself a disservice. Go out and even just go on the YouTube and type in Walter full match and give Walter a watch, because the guy's incredibly talented. Another one that's been going around a rumor, there's been two that I wrote down here on my notes. ACH and Shane. Apologies about the noise. My fucking, he's just been a dick. ACH apparently is coming to WWE, as well as Shane Strickland. These are rumors, not official. Not saying they are, but these are some of the rumors recently. Obviously, Shane Strickland has done some stuff in Lucha Underground, MLW, ACH, New Japan, Ring of Honor. Again, sign them when you can. It's all right for us going, "Oh, they shouldn't go," but when you're W and you're like, great talent. They are great talent. And I think those two will be great signings, especially for 205 Live. I think they'll be magnificent. I watch 205 every week. I think it's a really, really great show, and people should watch it because it's got some great wrestling on. It's a short show. It's boom, boom, boom. And I like that in my wrestling. Like yesterday, I sat down and watched a 3.5-hour DDT show, and go check out yesterday's Combat Sports News. Did a breakdown of that show. But also, it was very nice at the same time to be able to sit down and just, put on your network, put your feet up, make yourself a cup of tea, and watch a 45-minute 205 Live. That's what makes NXT so great. But ACH and Shane Strickland is a rumor. Again, if you're listening live, pop in live comments your thoughts, and I'll read them out if we have due time. And if you're listening post-live, definitely smash your thoughts in the comments about that. We have a Raw preview. As I'll run down what's going on Raw this evening. 3 matches that have been made official, which will break down obviously the TLC pay-per-view, coming up. So it'll be interesting to see where we go heading into that this evening. But Rollins will be opening an open challenge for the IC title. I'll be interested to see who accepts that. And with Rollins and Ambrose, I don't think that needs a belt. So tonight would be a good night if ever. Take the belt off Rollins. That would be feasible. I'd be up for it. What about if we had a debut of an NXT star? What if this is the debut of Lars Sullivan that's been, hyped in video packages, and he debuts and takes the IC title off Seth Rollins, moves on, and then Rollins and Ambrose can do their program, which I think should culminate in maybe a last man standing match at the Rumble or anything like that. But either way, I'm interested. It gets me intrigued, and that's the thing with weekly TV shows like Raw and SmackDown. The thing they want to do is make you interested, and an open challenge. Easy money, because who can accept it? Anyone, fucking Velveteen Dream or Johnny Gargano or anyone could fucking accept it. Elias versus Lashley has been announced. Finn Balor versus Baron Corbin has been announced, and AOP versus Rude Gable for the Raw tag straps has been announced. So there should be some good wrestling. And then again, Combat Sports News Extra will be live after Raw. We'll be watching the show, we'll be taking notes, watching the show, and I'll be doing a recap after the show airs. So join me live right here on the YouTube channel. Hit the subscribe button, hit the bell to know when we are going live. New Japan. This is tough because the show was taped today. Okay, the New Japan show aired today. Hasn't actually aired on New Japan World yet, so if you don't want to know any spoilers for today's Tag League, leave now. But these are the results for the show. Michael Elgin and Jeff Cobb defeated Gorillas of Destiny. Ishii and Yano defeated Juice and Finlay. Evil Sonata defeated Tenzon and Kojima. Suzuki and Iizuka defeated Best Friends. Paige and Yujiro defeated Makabe and Hanare. KES defeated Nagata and Nakanishi. Sabre Junior Taichi defeated Yoshida and Shota Umino, which leads us to the updated standings. We'll go from bottom to top this time. 0 points, we have Yoshida and Umino. 2 points, we have Nagata and Manobu Nakanishi. 2 points, Makabe and Hanare. On joint 4 points, we have Tenzon and Kojima, Elgin and Cobb, Iizuka and Suzuki. 6 points, we have Finlay and Juice. We're having a good solid tournament. I want to put that out there. I'm actually enjoying them as a team. Finlay kind of hasn't got himself anything to do. He hasn't kind of been involved in many rivalries, so it's been good to just see him sink his teeth into a tournament here. Sabre Junior and Taichi are on 6. Paige and Takashi are on 6. Best Friends on 6. Guerrillas of Destiny on 6 and on 8 points and 3 teams in the lead. Kill Elite Squad, Ishii and Yano, and Evil and Sanada. And obviously the winner of this tag league do become the challengers for the IWGP Heavyweight Tag Team Champions January 4th on Wrestle Kingdom. Another point on this, every year I always book off Wrestle Kingdom. I got my December schedule, which had the first week of January, because December the 31st fell on that last week. And I got January the 4th and January the 5th off work. And I've never literally, when my boss added my schedule, I have it on paper as well as on PDF form that we can download. And I literally went, yes. He was like, why? Why are you so excited? What? And I was like, I got January 4th, January 5th off. He's like, all right, you didn't ask for it off. I was like, yeah, but thank you. He's like, that's all right. I'm like, come on. Oh, they didn't understand how much that means. Having that day off, that's going to be brilliant. NXT UK. This is an interesting one. Now, if you're not familiar with this, NXT UK is an NXT brand with UK talent. UK talent are signed to a WWE contract. With that, they can work indie shows that only are a part of a WWE partner group, okay, which is wrestling promotions that work with WWE. And the promotions are these: Progress, ICW, Fight Club Pro, Attack Pro Wrestling, Future Shock, OTT, and WXW. They are the promotions that the NXT UK talent can wrestle for. Now, what the WWE are doing now, if you are a promotion like a Rev Pro or any other promotion that aren't those select companies, you cannot work for them. They're allowed to finish off their bookings only if there's a paramedic signed by a WWE employee, and if they're not against wrestlers contracted to New Japan, Lucha Underground, Ring of Honor, and Impact Wrestling, or even NXT UK. And it's like they're knuckling down, and in the end of the day, I'm still like, okay, these NXT UK guys still can work Progress, ICW, Fight Club Pro, but it's more, I'm seeing this as more of a dig on every other wrestling promotion in the UK that aren't aligning with WWE. It's like, come work with us and we can give you our NXT UK talent. And that's how my mind is looking at this. But at the same time, it's still, business is business. It makes sense. The fact they're taking a lot of pride in being exclusive with their talent. Because imagine this, you're paying these wrestlers a lot of money, and they're turning up injured for a show in front of 60 people. And I understand that. I 100% understand that from NXT UK, so I'm not angry about it at all. I know Pro Wrestling Chaos announced that James Drake, El Ligero, and Flash Webster won't be able to wrestle this show. El Ligero is title wrestling as well, can't wrestle. So it's kind of like a lot of companies are being affected. But in the end of the day, it is business, and business is business. So I'm going to get to some live chat. If we do have any, of course. It is a strange hour. And I'll be about to watch Monday Night Raw live. And we have some live comments, which is good. Fran Yelly says, hello, okay? Your voice got deeper. Yeah, I've become a man. No, I'm 21. I'll be turning 22 in 2 weeks. I've become a man. Ronald Booth says, LK returns, indeed. Franny says, when it comes to wrestling, the big exposure a wrestler could get is between WWE and New Japan. I 100% agree with that. They're the two biggest companies in the world right now, especially New Japan is quickly picking up on that, with the globalization, or some people like to call it the westernization of it. Ewok from Mendel says, what happened to your channel? I gave that to Dion and the SOS Wrestle Talk, Dion Patrick, that's SOS Wrestle Talk. And basically what happened is, to cut the story short, I'm wrestling training and I don't want what I say on YouTube, where it'll be reviews where I rave and rant or anything like that. And I spoke to him, and we've come up with this format of doing a combat sports news show where I can cover the news, I can recap shows, result shows, without ranting or raving. And I'm going to give the new format for Combat Sports News Extra. When I do recap Raw tonight, you'll understand clearly how it works, and it's a way that can protect me but still allow me to do what I love, and that's the podcast, as well as carrying my wrestling training, and without getting into damn trouble. Boxing Now says, sup everyone. And Frenady says, hello Ewok, it's been a while. They're having a conversation between themselves. But there you have it, guys. This has been a short mini edition of Combat Sports News. Normally go 30-ish minutes, but Raw's literally just started, so I'll be watching Monday Night Raw again, as I said, recapping that this evening on Combat Sports News Extra. So if you're new to the channel, please subscribe, like, drop a comment down below. Internet Inventory, thank you guys for watching. This has been LK from KocoSports.net. That's KoCoSports.net. It's where the world goes to kick ass, and where it's okay to be a passionate fan. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll be catching your asses. down the line.